All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity, and for ruling well, and salutations to the elect. Lord willing, with some of those men and women who believe and fear in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, I'm your brother, Goodbar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. And I'll make it quick and short to the point. So this is an example of the scriptures basically coming to life, all right? Because the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai are living words, right? And they apply to every aspect of what you call human life here on earth, okay? And it speaks volume, especially when it speaks of our enemies and what they think of us, how they treat us. And this is the reason why the scriptures speak about never trusting your enemy. This is an old interview with Leo Cohen. He is a so-called Jew, a small hat, right? With the Breakfast Club that at the time included Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy, and Angela Yee. And they were asking him questions about particularly him basically exploiting the opioid epidemic that's affecting Jake as well as other people in America, but he doesn't care. It also shows that this precept right here, Ecclesiasticus 13:7, right? Well, really you can start at the top, but it speaks about dealing with the rich man. So I'm going to start at verse 3, okay? This is Sirach 13:3, right? Ecclesiasticus 13:3. The rich man have done wrong, yet he threatened withal. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat, right? So the rich man would be considered this guy right here, Leo Cohen, okay? The poor man, for example, of the video would be Jake, and that's, you can represent that with Charlemagne the God, the so-called Negro, or the rappers that this guy exploits, the so-called musicians he exploits, because this man doesn't have a talent for skill in music. He's not given or blessed with the gifts of being influenced by the Lord to create music and all these things. What he does do is that he exploits those who do have the gift, because normally who has the gift? Jake, that's poor, that's impoverished. So when our people are wrong, they gotta beg the so-called white man, right, or the rich man. They have to beg him to hear their cause. But the rich man, he do evil and he'll threaten you. This guy, he could destroy your career. He could destroy your ability to make money in that industry. Him and his cohorts, he's just a tool used by the super elite, right? He signs these artists to these slave deals, gives them treats, but on the back end, this guy takes the bulk share or the lion's share of the earnings of that artist pretty much for all their life. Okay, let's keep on reading. Verse 4. It says, it says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. A great example of that is all these musicians in the industry, these black, Latino, Native American musicians in the industry, they all got the same story. They were up 1 minute and then they fell, and then when they were no longer useful to the industry, they spit them out, right? And that goes for you so-called black execs too, because this is going to hone in on a particular black exec. His name is Dame Dash, this guy right here, right? He said the devil's money, Dame Dash, goes off on culture vultures, which he used to call this guy a culture vulture, which basically a vulture eats the bodies, the dead bodies of the earth, of anything, and that's how they live. Well, this guy, he's an example of that. Okay, let's keep on reading. It says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Yup, he will leave you in the dust. He will act like you never existed. Let's keep on reading. Verse 5. It says, if thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. Right? Your publishing, your earnings, your digital earnings, all of that stuff he can use. But if you ain't got nothing, he gonna leave you for dead. He gonna eat you alive. right? And he ain't gonna feel sorry for it. And you're gonna hear that in this guy's conversation. He don't feel sorry for he didn't when this guy asks him the question, he's not gonna feel sorry for what he's done, right? He said he gotta eat too, right? And that's the mind of a nigga in the street. They got the mind of an Edomite. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust thereof you will do." He was a murderer, a liar from the beginning. Because Jake want to be just like this man. They don't mind killing and destroying their people. And you're not allowed to do that as an Israelite. We're not supposed to be destroying our own people for our own selfish gain and benefit. That's how Edomite think. Okay? So it says, if thou have anything, he will live with thee, yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. And he didn't feel sorry for it. This guy, he don't care. Right? In his mind, let them kill him. Let these people kill themselves, man, while he make himself rich. Right? And it's not just Leo Cohen. He's just an example. All these so-called execs at the top of all industry in this world are small hats, and they don't care about the damage and destruction that they do, especially to the Israelites. Okay? So it says, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what one is thou? Right? There's a video of him with the Migos. He asks us guys, you want some pizza? You know, like, he just sound like a creepy demon devil, right? Just a monster. What you want? You want a car? What you want? You want a house? What you want? You want money? You want bitches? We'll give you all of that shit. All the drugs. You want jewelry? We'll get that to you too. As long as you serve their purpose and sign here on a dotted line, making a deal with the devil. And Esau is the devil, starting with Amalek, right? Verse 7, and he will shame thee by his meat until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice, and at the last he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterward, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. Right? I have looked this up in verse 7, right? In the GNT, it says, he will feed you until you are embarrassed. Finally, when he has drained you 2 or 3 times over, he will laugh at you. If you see him later, he will pretend he doesn't know you and will pass you by, right? And now this is going to be an example of the precept jumping off the page. Real quick, I want to see a picture. I know you got a picture of Dame Dash, and Layer Cohen. Right? Yeah, look at this. Look. Great example. When he was on a Rockefeller, when he was leading Rockefeller, I'm gonna use this as the thumbnail. Yeah, I'm gonna use this as a thumbnail. Right? Because this dude, how you gonna say you don't know this man? You all hugged up on this dude on the couch at one of these industry parties, and this guy said he didn't know him. He's like, who is this guy? I don't know him. Right? And it ain't just because he called him a culture vulture. Look, it was all good. It was all good when they were at the table making them deals in the 90s. Look. Right? But come on, you gotta know him, man. You sit at the table eating with this man. And what he do? He took Dame Dash's biggest artist, which is Jay-Z / his business partner, and fed him the bullshit. He drank the juice. He drank it, right? He just like all these other artists that signed to this guy's label. People vying to be next to this man, to celebrate this man, right? Look, Kanye West, he's going off the fucking handle, right? He was courted by this guy and abused by this guy, right? It says Dame Dash says Layer Cohen is finessing Young Thug while in jail. Yeah, of course. He's going to make that money, man. Because this is what the devil does. He make it off you. That's how he lives. He got to eat. That's what he said. right? And so this is an example, a living example of Sirach, chapter 13, verse 7. Without any further ado, let me play this.
That would promote that. Our society is facing. It's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing, our society. So why sign an artist that would promote that? Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
I'm saying that's hypocritical, though. You're saying
it's opportunistic. Yeah. I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash? You brought him up. I don't even know him. I don't even know him. So you bring his name up. I don't even know him.
So
y'all made a lot of money together.
Hold up.
Y'all made a lot of money together.
Made a lot of
Come
money.
on.
Bring him his name.
Call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash? You brought him up. I don't even know him. I don't even know him. So you bring him his name up. I don't even know him. So
y'all made a lot of money together.
Made a lot of
Come
money.
on, don't do that to him.
I don't know him. I really don't. So,
bam. And that show you right there. Again, Sirach 13 and 7. He will feed you until you are embarrassed. And he did that to Dame Dash. Finally, when he has drained you 2 or 3 times, he drained that man of his wealth, his artist, his label. He will laugh at you. If he see you later, he will pretend that he doesn't know you and pass you by. Be careful not to be misled. You can enjoy yourself and suddenly find yourself humiliated. And that's what happened to all these artists. Again, the scripture says also, Sirach 12 and 10. I'll get that. Right? Look, he was friends with this dude, laughing with this dude, sat at the table with this guy, sat at the table, ate with this guy, but he don't know him. Right? Taking pictures. Niggas is more than happy. Broke up a so-called friendship that was lucrative for all that were involved. Look, how you gonna tell how you gonna say he don't know this man? All of these dudes are snakes, man. All these dudes are snakes, man. That's why the scripture says what? Again, I was gonna get it, I'll get it right now. This is Sirach 12 and 10. The Lord knows everything that's going on down here. He created all these things. Right? Including the man, the son of perdition, who's set for destruction. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemies, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You're not supposed to trust this man. Trusting this man to get you assed out, broke, busted, and disgusted. And after he done drained you dry, you done sold your soul, you done bent over, right? You done had all wickedness happen to you while he gets to walk off in the sunset. Never trust your enemy, bro. This man is our enemy. The so-called white man is our enemy. The so-called Jays, they are enemies. All these nations are our enemies. They are not our friends. We have no friends down here. And this man shows you time and time again, he's the devil. Right? And these guys, they sell their souls for nothing. Right? For absolutely nothing.